Hi everybody, welcome to another YDFLive show. My name is Stephen Aitchison, creator of YourDigitalFormula.com, a program to help you become the influencer that you are. Today we're going to be talking about why you need a blog. But first, Lisa Otto is asking how's the keto going. It's going really, really well actually. With regards to, I still don't feel 100%, but I know you've got a couple of weeks to get into the keto adaptive phase, and hopefully I'll feel better after that. Feel a wee bit drained and a wee bit kind of run down, but I know that's called the keto flu, and you get that anyway. But with regards to weight loss, yeah, we've lost about I've lost about 9 pounds now, and that's just in a week and a half, so that's fantastic. So really happy with that, but I want an eating plan where I can kind of sustain it as well. But it's going really well. Lisa, thanks for asking. Right, yeah, before we kind of start, YDF Arizona, that is happening on October the 17th, and we've not got the details as of yet, but anybody that signs up to come to YDF Arizona to see myself and Maria, I'm going to tell you about a new speaker we've got as well. Anybody that signs up can go to the growth event, which is normally, I think it's $600 or something like that, but you can go to the growth event with Brendan Bouchard and Dean Graziosi and Ethan Willis and people like that, and see people like that on stage for 3 days in Arizona as well, a couple of days after our YDF Arizona event. You can get that ticket for only $97, so I'm going to get more details for you about that as well, because we're doing a wee kind of collaboration with them, so that is fantastic news. And myself and Maria and Lauren are obviously, I've just told you, are going to that event as well. But yes, we'll announce more details on that. But there's only 28 tickets left for YDF Arizona. So if you want to join us in Arizona on October the 17th, which is a Tuesday, it'll be myself, Maria Flynn, and the new speaker who has just confirmed that she's going to be speaking at YDF Arizona is none other than Lauren Jono, the amazing Lauren Jono. She's a kind of head coach at Brendan Bouchard's program. And she is amazing. She's brilliant, and a lot of you will know her from Mojo Mastery as well, if you go to Mojo Mastery with Maria Flynn and Lauren Jono as well, and you'll know just how good she is. And she's a brilliant person. I've spoke to her a couple of times now on Skype, and we've become kind of friends over the last 6 months or so, and she's just an amazing person, and I think she's going to give an amazing speech for her topic as well, as is Maria Flynn. She's going to be speaking there as well, as is me. I'm going to be speaking there as well. And we're going to be joined by 35 other people. But it's just going to be a small, intimate crowd, and that is fantastic. I love that. Where we can get, I was going to say get down and dirty, but not down and dirty. We can dig deep into people's businesses if we get the chance to do that as well. So it's just going to be an amazing event, and I can't wait. And I've never been to Arizona. I've been to San Diego, but I've never been to Arizona or kind of that over that way as well, so it's going to be great. I'm just going to put a link up for you just now, just in case you are interested in YDF Arizona and joining us there. As I said, there's only 28 tickets left, and we've just kind of recently put it up. It was only not that long ago actually, so we had 35 tickets and we've got 7 tickets sold just now, and we're kind of still way ahead of the game. We've not even started promoting it big time yet, so we might not have to start promoting it big time at all, because the tickets are going just now. Who else? We've got Laurie Emmett in the house. Oh wow, I would love to go to both. Yeah, it's going to be great, the growth event and YDF Arizona. So YDF Arizona will just set you up nicely for the growth event. I think the growth event is going to be amazing. Can't wait for that as well. Lisa Otto, do you know when the other pop-ups will be? I don't as yet. I don't think we've any planned for this year, Lisa. We're going to do one in the East Coast as well. So I was going to do one in Arizona, fly back to the East Coast, and maybe do one in Philadelphia or something. However, it's going to mean spending too long away from Sharon, my wife, because the growth event is 3 days. So I'm going to have to fly away on Sunday to get there for Monday, have YDF Arizona. Then Wednesday will be free to do whatever. Thursday, Friday, Saturday will be the growth event, and come back on Sunday, and I'll be back in Scotland on the Monday, which is 8 days away. If I was doing Philadelphia as well, it would make it another 2 days. so I don't want to do it that long. So next year we'll probably have one in the West Coast and one in the East Coast. So I think we'll do that next year. So this is kind of really testing it out to see how the YDF pods are going to work. And I think they're going to work really well, actually. I'm excited about it. Maria's excited about it. So I just think it's going to be really, really good. Much smaller crowd rather than a big crowd of people. Jen Atkinson, if there isn't one on the East Coast, then I'm going to try my best to go to Arizona. One would be great to be there and meet everyone. And Jen, that would be great. And I'm sorry, I know I kind of announced that there was going to be one. Well, I didn't say there was definitely going to be one. I just said we were kind of talking about it. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'd have to kind of come back home and then fly back over to America to do one. So I don't think... No, I'm going to say for definite no. I'm going to make that decision for definite no just now. But next year, definitely. If you could make the Arizona one, Jen, that would be fantastic. It'd be great to see you there. Maria Flynn's just confirming only in Arizona, Lisa, yeah. Lena LeBlanc, that's great. Wish I could go there. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good, and I think the tickets are going to sell out early. We're not going to have to do a big push on the tickets. So it's going to be really good. So yeah, the speakers are myself, Maria Flynn and Lauren Jono, and it's talking about business, how to grow your business but from a heart-centered space as well, and how to grow your platform, because there's 3 parts to really starting and growing a business. The mindset, you need to get the mindset sorted out. You need to grow your platform so people get to know about you, so you can become the influencer that you are. And you need to grow your business as well. You need to bring an income in to see a return on investment as well for the effort that you put into growing your platform. So that's what it's going to be all about. Cannot wait for it. It's going to be really, really good. So that's the news before we get into the blogging side of things. Margie Tucker, I think I'll wait for the East Coast. That's cool. That's cool. Lisa's saying it's difficult for me to take off during the school year. Yeah, I totally understand. Lisa, not everybody's going to be able to make it. But that's the thing about the YDF pods. Obviously, we'll have more and more. If this one is successful, it is going to be successful in Arizona. So we'll have more and more kind of planned for next year. And meetups. We've got a meetup next week in Edinburgh. Can't wait for that. There's 22 people going for the meetup. That was originally for the YDF Scotland event, but that couldn't happen. So we're just getting together for a drink and a meal and some more drinks and maybe some more drinks. And we'll see what happens. Although Maria can't stay for all the drinks because she's only allowed 2 drinks, apparently. So our maximum limit is 2 drinks. Or minimum, did you say minimum yesterday, Maria? I'm only joking. Right, okay, blog. Why you need a blog. Why your business needs a blog. Why you need a blog. Why, if you're online trying to start a business, why you need a blog. First things first, you need a blog. I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of creating a blog or how to do one. You can get out on Google. Very easy to set up a blog. You need kind of hosting company. You need your own domain name and get your blog up and running with WordPress. Definitely use WordPress. Not the hosted one, as in WordPress.com, but self-hosted, where you host it on your own kind of hosting platform, whatever platform you're on, with GoDaddy or Heart Internet or Bluehost or whoever it might be. But you definitely need a blog. So you can Google how to set up a blog quite easily on Google. Right, the first one, one of the reasons why you need a blog is Google loves fresh content. And if you're updating your blog regularly, you're going to get more search engine traffic, which is essentially free traffic to your site. And if you've got people going over to your site, what they're getting to do is they're getting to know, like, and trust you. So once they get to know, like, and trust you, they're going to probably be more likely, if you've got a service to offer, if you've got a product to offer, if you've got an email list, they're more than likely going to sign up or buy your products or buy your services or come to your events if you've got events on as well. So that's why, that's one of the first reasons you need to set up a blog, because essentially it's going to be free traffic. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to get traffic overnight. You have to just keep plugging away. And I've found the best thing to do with a blog is don't even think about the traffic just now. You can always send traffic from your Facebook page to your blog posts, but don't worry about that just now. Just write good quality content. Really good quality content. And there's kind of been a study done where I think it was Neil Patel that carried out the kind of survey, or he was reporting it from somewhere else, whereby the best blog posts that get the most traffic is blog posts that are between 3,000 and 10,000 words. Now, we don't expect you, because that's like an ebook in itself, but these are the posts that get the kind of best traffic and most traffic, because Google loves them, because it's great content in there. Hopefully great content. So you've got to remember it's got to be great content. You can't write a pile of tosh and expect to get away with it. So it depends on what type of niche you're in. If you're in kind of the coaching niche, there's a lot you can write about kind of coaching. There's lots of different aspects. I'm in personal development, I'm in business, and I've got the Positive Life Affirmations blog as well. However, I don't update these blogs all the time as much as I should, but the main one is Change Your Thoughts Today, or Change Your Thoughts blog over at stephenaitchison.co.uk, and that gets a lot of traffic, or get a lot of organic traffic, and I'm going to show you just now how much that gets. I'm just going to see if there's any questions around that first before we go. Right, there's no questions around that first, so I'm going to show you the analytics. So with a blog, you need to have analytics, Google Analytics. Very, very easy to set up. A lot of people think it's complicated and a bit technical. It's not at all. It's really, really easy to set up. And if you're a member of the YDF tribe, we've got videos on that, how to do that as well. But I just want to show you the traffic for, and my traffic's gone down actually, because I changed over from HTTP to HTTPS. So I'm just going to show you just now. All traffic, and this is only the last week or so. So in the last week, you can see there's been 111,000 people visit the blog in 1 week. And as I said, the traffic is down because I've changed over. But I want to show you the organic search, and I'll go back to January of this year to give you a better picture. So this is January, so we've had 3 million visits to the blog in just over 5 months. And the organic search, that's people finding you organically via Google, is 783,000 people in 6 months. That's free traffic. Just because I've been updating the blog, I've got guest writers in that are updating the blog. I'm putting lots of kind of quiz posts that's updating the blog as well, which are not great quality content, but they're good for driving traffic from Facebook. And I speak about that in the YDF program as well. And that's a great strategy to use and to get kind of AdSense up as well. So you can get a lot of free visitors for your blog if you do it right, and if you set it up right. You think about your headline, you think about naming your images, you think about the subheaders, and you think about your readers and getting traffic over there as well. And you can do that, as I said, from Facebook. You can also see up here there's a big kind of dip here that I've kind of experienced because I changed from HTTP to HTTPS. So that's where the dip happened for that. So you have to be careful of that, but you can see it's come back up slightly, and it's not quite at the level it was, but it has come back up. So we'll go back over and come back. So yeah, started for your Google search engine rankings. I say Google, you can do Bing as well, obviously you can do it for Bing as well, but the main kind of search engine is Google. So I would focus on Google, to be honest. Right, somebody says we keep going in and out. Right, what to do if I keep going in and out, just refresh your page. There's no kind of problems here that I can see. Maria Flynn, yes, the quiz post strategy you teach in YDF was a game changer for sure for me. Yeah, the quiz posts that I was talking about there, Maria's talking about, very, very easy to do. You could literally do it within the space of 5 minutes. Set up a blog post, get it posted, and the sole purpose of that is to get traffic to your site from Facebook and to bring up your AdSense earnings, your advertising earnings from Facebook and from Google. It's brilliant for that. Really, really good for that. But you also want to mix that with great content. So we've got a lot of guest posts in there, I've obviously written over, I think it's over 1,200 articles I've written myself, which is crazy. I've written 1,200, but the blog is now 10 years old. No, it's 11 years old, coming up for 11 years old in August this year. So that is what the first reason. That's one of the main reasons. And as I mentioned before, when people come to your site, what they're doing is they're getting to know, like, and trust you. We call it the KILT factor, the KILT factor, but know, like, and trust. Once they get to know, like, and trust you, then they're more likely going to sign up, as I said, for your newsletter, for your services, for your products, or they're going to want to know more about you, or they're going to search for you in kind of Google as well. I want to show you something as well. I'm just going to see if this is on because of the change just now, which would be quite cool. 1 second. Right, so I'm just going to check this out. No, I can't do that just now. I'll leave that just now for another time. I was going to say, when I first started really kind of getting into this, and we're talking fairly recently over the last couple of years, and started really getting into Facebook as well. What you do with Facebook, and this goes kind of hand in hand with Facebook, when you're creating an image or a video for your Facebook page and it's got your logo on it, what people start to do from Facebook, they'll go over to Google and search your name, or they'll search your logo, or they'll search whatever you've got on your Facebook images, how you branded your Facebook images. And I've found that has gone up probably 100-fold since I started doing that on Facebook. So since I started putting my own name as a brand, the people searching for Stephen Aitchison in Google search has probably gone up 100-fold over the last couple of years because I started doing it that way. And that's just a good practice to do on Facebook. If you're making your own Facebook images and your Facebook videos as well, brand your videos and your images as well with either your own name or the name that you want, your company name or whatever name you want. I would personally go with your own name, but I see why that might make it difficult in the future if you want to sell your business. That's the only big downside I see to kind of branding yourself in your own name. But I know I'm going to be in this business for years to come, hopefully. So that's why I brand myself. So that's another good tip as well. I think we've got a question coming. I'll just answer questions as we go along. Maybe better that way. Julie Warwick, what program do you write your blogs in? Do you just post them on your Facebook page? No, Julie, I use WordPress. So WordPress is my blog platform of choice, not the self-hosted one, where you go to wordpress.com and you can set up a blog there. This is, not the hosted one. And the self-hosted one where you kind of you get hosted, well, you get your domain name, you get hosting, and with the hosting they'll have a one-click install for your WordPress blog, and then after that you buy a theme, which is basically a design for it. And I've got the same design, the same theme for all my blogs, and I really like the theme, although sometimes it's hard on the back end of it because of all the things I've got going on. So yeah, I always use kind of WordPress and download that yourself. Number 3, why you want to start a blog. It establishes your knowledge and your authority in the market. You become an authority figure in your niche. So if you're writing about yoga, for example, you can become the authority niche or the authority person within your niche for writing about yoga. Now obviously there's a lot of people in that space, in yoga for example, but if you've got a live show, if you're doing YouTube, you've got loads of content for your blog. So the more content you put on your blog, the more Google are going to search you, the more that you're going to get found in the search engine for Google. So you could really become an authority figure in your niche. It doesn't matter what niche it's in. I was reading a book from Mark, I can't remember his second name. I think I've mentioned this before last week actually. And he was talking about, he was in the building pools niche, or it was installing pools into people's kind of houses. And you think that's a very, very small niche, but he dominated that market totally from all of his content on his blog. He totally dominated it because he was answering people's questions on the blog, and the most kind of frequently asked questions, he was answering that on the blog. He was very open, he was very honest, he was being kind of very genuine about everything as well, about the cost and everything else, and the differences between the two. He was even kind of mentioning other companies, because people going to his site might not want this specific type of pool installed, so he would refer them on to other companies as well, just as a gesture of goodwill, just to say our pools might not be right, but here's other companies that are doing it well. And he dominated the niche, and he built up from that blog. He got an extra $3 million in sales directly from the blog content that he was producing. So it's a huge game changer, and still blogs have been out for years and years and years, and people still don't realise the power of blogs. They're extremely powerful, particularly if you've niched right down. If you've niched right down, by that I mean yoga would be a niche. And you could even niche that down further and say hot yoga would be a niche as well. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, I went to hot yoga a couple of years ago, and it was bloody hot, 40 degrees. But yeah, I'm just talking, so hot yoga would be a niche within that as well. So you can niche it. If you niche it right down, you could dominate that niche, or niche if you're in America. I've got another question just now. Tracy, Kyan Howland, that's exactly what happened last November. I said, who is this Stephen Aitchison who inspires me all the time? And then I found you, Maria and YDF. Excellent, Kyan. So it proves it does work. People just typing away in Google, just saying, who the hell's Stephen Aitchison? Who the hell's Maria Flynn? What the hell's YDF? And they find the answers there, and then they'll check you out. And they'll get to know, like, and trust you. And now Kyan is a braveheart. She is a member of the YDF tribe. Tracy E.A. Wellman, what if you have so many ideas and a difficult time sticking to picking a name or brand icon? Any suggestions? Yes, just pick one just now. Pick one that best resonates with you just now, but don't let it hold you back from taking action. Tracy, you have to kind of take action. You can change it along the way, but don't let it hold you back from taking action. And I've mentioned this before as well, so I'm just going to be open and honest about this. I chose the name stephenaitchison.co.uk, and I had /blog, so I put the blog in a separate folder. And I shouldn't have done that. I've now changed that to stephenaitchison.co.uk. But in the beginning, I should have maybe changed it to the name of the blog, Change Your Thoughts Today, or changeyourthoughts.com. That wasn't available at the time, that's why I didn't choose it. But if I did that, then maybe later on down the line, because people see I'm earning so much money from the blog and getting a lot of traffic, somebody might have wanted to buy that blog, and that blog might have went for maybe a couple $100,000 back in the day. Probably not so much now, but a couple $100,000 as an exit plan could be good for somebody. I don't plan on selling it, but if you have that kind of situation where you're think about your exit plan as well for your business and for your blog as well. So you might want to kind of change the name of the blog instead of your name, but I still prefer to brand yourself, because there's so many things you can do as the umbrella for lots of different things that you can do. I'm in personal development, I'm in kind of business space, and there's loads of other spaces I could go in under my name. So it's all good. Somebody searching for Stephen Aitchison will find positive life affirmations, they'll find the magic, they'll find the Facebook page, they'll find all the kind of assets I've got under my own name, which you wouldn't be able to do if you were just branding one product or a company, for example. So it depends on what you're looking for, but choose a name, the brand and the icon, the brand icon for it. You can change that in the future. Don't let it hold you back. So I would just pick one that most resonates with you, Tracy, and just go for it. Kyan Howland, question, how do you set up interactive Q&A on the blog? Is it written? Do folks leave questions 1 day a week? I've got my niche. On the blog, interactive Q&A, are we talking about a live one? Kyan, just clarify that for me, because it depends. You need specialty software if you're going to do a live kind of Q&A from your blog itself. But yeah, you'd probably be better doing that on Facebook or something like that, and then posting the Facebook live Q&A and putting that on your blog and having a list of the questions. So the list of questions that people have will be seen as content from the Google search engine kind of bots. So yeah, you could do it that way instead. Obviously a blog as well is your kind of foundation for inbound marketing. Inbound marketing just simply means is I like to call pull marketing, where people are attracted to what you're doing. You're putting all this great information out, and people are attracted to you not because you're trying to be pushy and sell things, just because they love your information, or they get to know you through your videos or your kind of live shows that you can post on your blog as well. So this kind of live show just now, I could put that as a blog post on the blog. And we're looking at the strategy for the YDF blog as well. And we're looking at that whole strategy and thinking we really need to do some of the content marketing. I've got it right for the Change Your Thoughts blog, but we're still working on the Your Digital Formula blog. But I could essentially, all the lives I do here, that could all go as content for the blog at YDF as well. The only thing with that is you have to write content out as well. So you might want it translated or transcribed, sorry, not translated. Translated as well, because people don't understand Scottish. But you can do that on the blog, but make sure you have writing and not just a video as a blog post if you're going to do your live on your blog post. And it also gives you a reason to get social as well. People love to share your things, as long as you've got the kind of social share buttons as well. People love to share your things, and you can go in and get to know people that are sharing your blog content as well. It's great to get social as well and get people to know you, and you can interact with them as well. So that's another great thing as well. Okay, I know I've kind of gone on a wee bit, so we'll just see if there's any more follow-ups. Questions, sorry. Can Howland, I'm not sure I'm new at reading and creating blogs. You mentioned the guy who does Q&A. Oh, and it comes over from Facebook. A guy who does Q&A. No, I was talking about a guy who does pools, who installs pools at the very beginning. Oh, right, Q&A. I do apologise. Right, I'm with you. Right, I'm with you, Kyan. Yeah, it's not a Q&A. Basically, what he does is he's got an email list, and he gets these questions all the time from potential customers, from potential clients, just from everywhere. He gets loads and loads of questions from everywhere. So he kind of keeps a book of all the questions he gets, and he'll kind of record a video, or he'll write content specifically to answer those questions. So that's what he does. So it's not a Q&A like a live Q&A or something like that, Kyan. Sorry, my mistake. I know exactly what you mean now. So yeah, so imagine somebody asks you, how can I overcome anxiety, for example? If that is your niche, and people are asking you all the time, how do I overcome anxiety? I'm feeling really anxious all the time. The header, literally the header for your blog post would be how you can overcome anxiety. Because what people are typing into Google, into the search engines, that'll be what they're typing. How do you overcome anxiety? So you'll get found because of the blog headline, and then if you've got great content answering that question, then people are going to start to know, like, and trust you. So you could literally, for your company, for whatever you're doing online, get the top 20 questions that people have asked you in the past, or you could even email out to your list just to say what the top questions you have about this particular topic, and answer those questions in a blog post. And you can do it in video format, you can do it in written format, or both, better in both, to be honest. And you can repurpose that content everywhere. You could use it as a Facebook Live, you could put it on Twitter, you can obviously put it on Instagram as well, you could put it in an image quote, you could put it in a video. There's loads of ways to repurpose that content. So one written piece of content could be repurposed 35 times in 35 different ways, if that makes sense. So that's another good strategy as well when you're writing blog posts as well. So yeah, I hope that helps, Karen. I know exactly what you mean now. Shelley Sweeney, I got some email from this company. Should I answer, and how to tell if it's a hoax? Influencers, I'm just going to check it just now. It looks legit, to be honest, Shelley. Yeah, it's got Alexa traffic rank of 166,000, and basically they're not asking for any money or anything. It says join for free, so you can search them out. So I would say they are legit. I would check them out. I think I've seen this before, actually. Has somebody written to me about this? I can't remember. But yeah, I would say they're legit. Just check them out. Just join, see what happens, and just do a wee bit of research. And that's it. I think we're at a 30-minute mark. Shelley saying thank you. Tracy E.A. Wellman, basically keep it simple and in your niche. Definitely, yeah. Okay, and how on top of mind problem, how to overcome anxiety. Got it. This helped a lot. Thank you much for breaking it down for me. Yeah, glad I helped, Kyan. Okay, so if you like this video, if somebody else you think is going to benefit from this video, share it. Sharing is caring. A lot of people are still into kind of blogging, and everybody should be into blogging. So share this video as well if you can. And thank you to everybody who's just shared. Tammy Hooter have shared as well. Jay Lee has just shared as well, so thank you for that, Julie, and thank you for everybody else who have shared. Okay, that's it. That was jam-packed today. Hopefully it was useful for you, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow if you join us. And until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.